It's never been easier to discover juicy details about celebrities' personal relationships. With that in mind, here's some pop stars who have married truly gorgeous husbands, and in some cases, started beautiful families. Pink has always been known for her edgy and honest pop music. Over the course of her long and successful career, she's released an array of iconic chart toppers. When it comes to her personal life, she's doing just as well. She met motocross racer Carey Hart in 2001, and they got married in 2006. Since then, their relationship has been filled with some truly adorable moments. In 2019, Pink shared on Instagram a photo of a massive bouquet with a heartwarming note that her husband gave her for the last show of her tour. The note was filled with plenty of supportive vibes, as Hart declared to his wife, "You have pulled off the impossible. I love you so much, and can't wait to celebrate with you after the tour." This note is especially touching considering the fact that the couple, who have 2 kids together, have had their ups and downs over the course of their time together.
We do not have a perfect relationship. We're not perfect people.
They've even taken a couple of breaks, one that lasted about a year and another one that lasted 11 months. But judging by that adorable note, it's clear that Hart is just as deeply in love with his wife as he's ever been, despite their rough patches. Any music lover who's into 21st century indie should be familiar with Regina Spektor, who became popular with albums like 2009's Far and 2012's What We Saw from the Cheap Seats. Her husband Jack Dishel is also a musician, who's known for his work under the professional name Only Son. The two of them have also collaborated on songs like Call Them Brothers. Spektor and Dishel generally come across as a pretty grounded and happy couple. In 2014, they welcomed a son into the world. In an interview with Loud and Quiet, she spoke about how her life was going as a wife, mother, and musician, as she revealed, "To me, motherhood has been an incredible experience, but I also think that it's not like, I would never be like, everybody must have a child. It's this way for me because I wanted it and I was ready. I have a lot of support around me. I have a husband who also wanted this, and we're both artists and prioritizing staying artists and being parents." It sure sounds like Spektor and Dishel support each other both personally and professionally, and it doesn't get much better than that. An entire generation knows Hilary Duff as Lizzie McGuire, but she's accomplished plenty outside of the Disney Channel, including a successful music career. During the recording of her 2015 album Breathe In, Breathe Out, she got close with fellow musician Matthew Koma. In 2018, they had a baby girl together, and in 2019, they got married in an intimate ceremony. And by the looks of things, they have a seriously cute relationship. In April 2020, Duff and Koma took to Instagram Live to answer questions and play songs for fans, which surely melted plenty of viewers' hearts. Despite their cuteness, Duff admitted that the two of them do have their spats, but rather than argue, she prefers to prank her husband by taking stuff that he needs, like their filming light or his phone.
Instead of fighting, just get even. It's the best.
You know you've got a great relationship when even your arguments are adorable. Thanks to unforgettable early 2000s hits like Goodies and 1-2 Step, Ciara has made a name for herself as one of the best R&B artists in the game. And she's not the only one in her home who's had a high-profile and successful career. In fact, she's married to a Super Bowl champion. In 2016, she tied the knot with Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. He was the highest-paid NFL player in 2019, so we know that these two are living quite the life. Wilson once explained in an interview how he'd always imagined himself ending up with Ciara, saying, "Funny thing is, I told somebody that that's the girl I wanted to be with before I even met her." Clearly, Wilson was pretty confident that he and his future wife were destined to be, as he went on to explain, "I was like, I'm probably going to end up with Ciara." Wilson must have had some sort of sixth sense, as he and Ciara did indeed end up getting married, and they've been going strong ever since. They've had a daughter and a son together, while Ciara has another son from her previous relationship with rapper Future. The stunning Jessica Simpson was once the it girl of the pop world, with a string of hit songs and successful albums in the early 2000s. She also starred in an MTV reality show alongside her first husband Nick Lachey called Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica. Since then, Simpson has managed to forge a successful relationship with her second husband, former NFL player Eric Johnson, whom she married in 2014. The couple dated for 4 years and had 2 kids together before finally tying the knot. Johnson even reportedly dropped out of a business program at the University of Pennsylvania so that he could remain close to Simpson in Los Angeles. In 2020, Simpson opened up about how much her husband means to her in an Instagram post in honor of their 6th wedding anniversary. She described him as her perfect soulmate and went on to say, "Our unity was written in God's sky of colliding stars. Together we manifest dreams, nurture desire, and hold space." It's clear that Simpson has finally settled into a healthy, satisfying long-term relationship, and we couldn't be happier for her. You might remember Mandy Moore as a teenage pop star who produced catchy anthems in the late 90s and early 2000s. Since those days, she's gone on to focus on acting, including her Emmy-nominated work on the NBC series This Is Us. There was a long time when she thought that her music career was over for good. That is, until her second husband, Taylor Goldsmith, came into her life. The couple met when Moore gave Goldsmith's band, Dawes, a shout-out on Instagram. Sounds like a truly modern romance. In 2020, Moore released Silver Landings, her first album in 11 years. She talked with USA Today about how Goldsmith helped to reinvigorate her career, and how traveling with his band had a contagious effect on her. As she put it was a real light bulb moment of, I have to figure out a way to find myself on stage again. Goldsmith even collaborated with his wife on Silver Landings. Working together can put a strain on some marriages, but as Moore noted, it only has strengthened our relationship and made us closer.
But we write together and we sing together, and I sing on his records and I want him to come play on my record.
We love to see how a supportive relationship helped Moore get her career back on track. Ellie Goulding's career just keeps getting hotter and hotter. In 2015, she broke a worldwide record for her steamy song Love Me Like You Do when it was streamed almost 15.5 million times globally in 1 week. In 2019, she had her 14th song to appear on Billboard's Hot 100, which was the most of any British female artist this century. And her career isn't the only thing that she's doing right. In 2019, she tied the knot with art dealer Casper Jopling, who comes from an aristocratic family and is friends with British Princess Eugenie. The wedding sounds like it was nothing short of a fairy tale, which is hardly surprising considering Jopling's lofty connections. The couple was married in the picturesque York Minster Cathedral before a reception at a real-life castle. Plenty of high-caliber guests were in attendance, including Orlando Bloom, Katy Perry, and even a few members of the royal family. Sounds like Goulding had the sort of wedding that so many little girls dream about. Miranda Lambert broke into the country music scene after she finished in 3rd place on the reality competition show Nashville Star in 2003. Then in 2006, she started dating fellow musician Blake Shelton. They got married in 2011, but they ultimately divorced in 2015. But she wouldn't stay single for too long. In 2019, she married NYPD officer Brendan McLaughlin in a secret ceremony. She told People magazine that year, "With Brendan, I made it a point to keep it as private as I could for as long as I could." While the two of them were initially pretty secretive, they've since been active on social media. Lambert has always been a serious animal lover, and in 2016, she shared an Instagram post about how she had added 2 dogs to her family, making for a total of 7. Luckily for her, her husband shares her love for animals. In 2020, she posted an adorable animal story about McLaughlin that melted fans' hearts. What happened was he made a U-turn on the highway to rescue a stray kitten. Lambert gushed, "I guess the rescue ways are rubbing off on him." Sounds like these two are a match made in heaven. Shania Twain rose to fame with irresistible country pop anthems like That Don't Impress Me Much and Man, I Feel Like a Woman. It's pretty much impossible not to feel good when listening to her songs. As for her personal life, she and her husband Frederick Thibault have quite the odd love story. As it turns out, Twain's first husband, Robert Mutt Lange, was having an affair with Marie Ann Thibault, her best friend and Frederick's now ex-wife. Nobody could have predicted what would happen next, as Twain ended up divorcing her husband and marrying Frederick. In a post on her website, Twain explained how their mutual breakups brought them together. As she put it, having gone through the suffering of his family splitting apart at the same time and under the same extreme circumstances, he understands me better than anyone. Their story may sound more than a little weird, but Twain and Thibault have proven that true love can come from some pretty strange situations. Most people know Vanessa Carlton from her debut single, 1,000 Miles, which was a massive hit back in 2002, and she's still making music to this day. Her most recent album, Love is an Art, came out in 2020, and she's never gone more than 5 years in between album releases. She's also been busy in her personal life. In 2013, she tied the knot with fellow musician John McCauley, who's best known as a singer-guitarist for the band Deer Tick. In 2015, the couple welcomed a baby girl into the world, which McCauley announced on Instagram. In a 2020 Instagram Live with Vulture, Carlton explained that she's grown up a lot since riding 1,000 miles when she was a teenager. She joked that she would now never walk that far for any man, though she was quick to clarify that she might make an exception for her husband.
Maybe, my husband I would. Are you listening?
Hey.
Natasha Bedingfield is best known for her 2004 smash hit Unwritten, which served as the theme song for the MTV reality show The Hills. It quickly became, as the Los Angeles Times put it in 2019, the anthem for a generation. As for Bedingfield's personal life, she's been through some ups and downs. In 2009, she married Matt Robinson, an American businessman. The ceremony occurred outside at California's Church Estates Vineyards in Malibu. The two had reportedly started dating back in 2006. On New Year's Eve 2017, the couple welcomed their son Solomon into the world, which Bedingfield revealed on Instagram along with the caption, "Oh my god, guess what just happened at the very end of this year? The happiest new year ever." However, in 2019, things took a dark turn for Bedingfield and Robinson, as Solomon developed a brain infection that required multiple surgeries. Fortunately, he recovered, and Bedingfield has since been enjoying some well-deserved family time with her husband and son. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.